Summer wind. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2020-2021 AME Awards night. Like almost everything else this year, getting to this night has been a journey, to say the least. But we are happy to be here with you, happy to have all of you here, and happy to celebrate your accomplishments in this crazy, crazy year. We're going to jump right in and get going. We're going to start off with the 10th grade. Before we talk about the 10th graders, I just wanted to say one thing. This 10th grade group is a continuation of 3 straight years of talented, hardworking students that are so much fun to be around. From lively discussions to amazingly well-planned projects, this class can really do it all. And for the first time in AME history, we have a class that has more women than men. Let's start off with our awards for class. And I want to say it was really tough to pick awards for this year. A lot of students that were really, really deserving. For our first award, the William Golding Writers Award. Anybody want to grab it? Ultimately, writing is about getting your point across. And no one does this better than this student. She can write across multiple genres and write concisely. She works hard at it and receives and implements criticism well. This year's William Golding Writers Award goes to Addie Atwell. Congratulations. Yay. Wow. No speeches. Next, we have the Maya Angelou Creativity Award. And this award for me is about thinking outside the box, not just doing the assignment, but bringing a fresh perspective to it. And as a freshman, this student was very unsure of herself, but this year she was creative and thoughtful. And I was really impressed with what she brought to the classroom this year. This year's Maya Angelou Creativity Award goes to Kianda Brandalisi. Kiana Brandalisi. See here? Oh. Oh. Another student who was unsure of herself as a freshman, this student really thrived this year, working very well in groups, doing great work, and really improving as a writer. Despite the pandemic and Zoom, she really seemed to thrive this year. This year's Most Improved in English goes to Sydney Boyer. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Nice to see everybody. All right, so for 10th grade, the Aristotle Award in World History. So this student was a leader in class from start to finish all year long. She demonstrated her understanding of the material in all these various ways, including her writing, her discussions, and even in outside-the-box ways of thinking. And it was a real joy to work with you this year. Esther, come on up. Hey, congratulations. Yeah, right? All right. Next up, the Atticus Finch Advocacy Award. This student won this award because she really stepped up her understanding on issues of human rights during our class, in particular during the second semester. She made real meaningful and mature connections to some really difficult histories, and that should really be applauded. Elle, come on up. Come on. Thank you. All right, congratulations. All right. All right, and for the 10th grade, the last award I've got is the Walter Cronkite Award. And this one's going to go to this student because they were an excellent and thorough reporter, and they asked tough questions all year, including today during our end of the year discussion that we had.
and I really appreciated their level of consistency all year. Grace, come on down. Hey, well done.
Okay, a couple more. You're up.
Oh, I'm up. Okay, great. Sorry, Oscar, do you actually see sound coming up there now? Do you see any sound?
I don't think so.
Great! I'll have to fix that afterwards.
Alright.
Par for the course, right? Who is that? Okay. Sophomores. I'm going to say this often this evening. We have such a strong young class of filmmakers in all grades that giving awards to an individual is very difficult to do. Personally, I don't like awards. Any of you who have tried to engage me in the what's your favorite anything conversation can attest that this is just not how my brain works. And yet decide we must. I just want everyone in every grade to know that I truly feel that all of you have enormous potential, and I've seen fantastic work from each of my classes this year. So, this student continues to shine as a filmmaker, growing in confidence as a storyteller and technique from project to project. Their work is consistently strong regardless of partner or content. This young woman stands in no one's shadow as she moves into her junior year. The winner of this year's Gus Van Sant Award is Elle Mazer.
Hello, Mr. Gert.
Make sure you get in the light here. There you go. Congratulations. Yes, that's it. So we're not getting any audio?
I don't think so because I'm not seeing anything react on like this part.
All right. Junior Awards. Here we go. So there's an old famous quote that says, "You fight the hardest with the ones you love the most." That's not true. I made that up. That's not a famous quote. But it definitely applies to this group of juniors. They don't hold back with their opinions, and they've really come together as a group. And sorry to say, to the last two classes, this may have been collectively the best group of documentaries we've ever had. I can only speak the truth. It's what I do. It's what I do. The first award is the Edgar Allan Poe Paris Award. We recently read one of the students' creative writings out loud in class, and when we were done, the whole class was blown away. He doesn't realize what a naturally gifted writer he is, able to dive into his character's perspective in ways way beyond his years. This year's Edgar Allan Poe Paris Award winner is Jackson Brown.
Oh yeah.
Walt Whitman was America's poet. He was, for an entire generation, the voice and the historian. He was good at many, many things, and this student does it all. He writes well, he works well with others, he's creative, and he's a voice that should be doing voiceover work right now for big money. This year's Walt Whitman Award goes to Ryan Atwell. I know there's something in the Atwell water over there. I have two winners for this year's Most Improved, and these two students really grew this year in totally different ways. The first student took on leadership roles and really pushed herself creatively with incredible results, and the second shined in every way imaginable, really became the heart of the class. This year's Most Improved go to Madison Crystal and Christina Black.
Hi, Mom.
All right, hey again, everybody. All right, so this first award that I'm going to give for 11th grade is called the Soapbox Award. And this one goes to a student who had really insightful commentary all year. There were probably some times where I should have cut him off, but he'd get on a roll and really drop some genuine knowledge and, you know, a couple of swear words. But I do really appreciate what he brought to the class. So James.
Excellent work, man. You gotta get yourself on screen for something. Say hi to Mom. You look so sharp.
Hi. Goodbye. All right. Next up is our John Lewis Award. And this goes to a student who was really a tremendous leader and helped bring people together and was just a really, really genuinely thoughtful person. Oscar, come on down. All right, so for this next one, we actually have dual winners for the Progressive Award in U.S. history. And it's fitting that these two individuals are going to win this together, given that the majority of their best work was done with each other. They brought a lot of insight to our class throughout the year, and I really appreciated the ideas they were willing to bring up and really dig into. Emmy and Nina.
Nice.
All right, congrats. Yeah. All right.
I told you should have come.
All right, and my last one this year is the Gloria Steinem Award, and this is going to go to a student who just demonstrated such sharp wit and thoughtful analysis throughout the year. Nico, come on down. All right, congrats. All right.
You don't want me to read my slacks, right?
Yes, read all the
Read all my slacks?
all of them. I started that, by the way.
You don't want to admit to that. All right. So again, I had difficulty deciding. This class has an absolute surplus of talent and a lot of deserving people. This person was always a strong student and a leader among their friends, but came out of the starting gate for this crazy year, completely on fire, and turned in a thoughtful and visually impactful non-narrative to get things off to a strong start. This year's winner of the AME Award followed up with leadership on the documentary project and endless hours volunteering for streaming events. Please give a round of applause to Maddie Crystal.
Thank you. Hi, Mom, again.
This student followed on a strong first year with a powerful non-narrative solo project. They're one of the most consistent performers in terms of their visual artistry. This year's winner of the Francis Flaherty Award is Caitlin Davis. To the light, so you can be seen. To the light. To the light.
It's too late. What?
There you go.
Is that all?
That's it. Is that not enough?
No, but you didn't make anybody else do it. So just
We're getting better at this as the night goes on.
Yes, it will get better and better. And they can hear us on the stream. Anyway. Yes, I'm indecisive about awards, but sometimes there's just not enough daylight between the students to draw the ultrafine distinctions necessary to award just one individual. And so this year I'm awarding the Alice Guy Blanchet Award to 3 students who have consistently shown the combination of work ethic, leadership, and creative output that elevates their work. Please give a hand for Nico, Ryan, and Christina. come into the light.
Actually, here's this. This is Ryan's.
This is right. Okay, and before we move on, we have something that we want to hand out first to our sophomores. So every year, in recognition of the hard work that goes into completing the AME program, we give out one gold star for each of our students. And you'll see later what you'll do with this star when you're a senior and it's time to graduate. But are you confused? But for now, what we would like to ask is all of our sophomores to come up here so that we can present you with your star. And can I get a senior to turn on that light, please, so that we can see all the sophomores?
Yeah.
Yes, stand over here, there's the line there. And you're gonna switch to camera 2, right?
Oh, they're way
Come on,
into the dirt.
All right. A round of applause for our seniors. Sophomores. They look so much older than you did when you were a sophomore.
Wow, look at us. Look at us.
They look way older than you did when you were sophomores. Again, a round of applause. Yay.
Enough for the juniors.
Yes. Okay, and now, Christina, Ryan, if you can start your outro, which used to be your intro. So for those watching the stream, we were not able to start with our intros because it wasn't dark enough here for the projector. We're going to turn off our lights and watch the intro that our juniors produced for their class as an outro. Let's get the lights on. And Danny's.
Can you tilt the projector?
Tilt it.
All right.
All right, you get it on? Ready? Oh, wait. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. It's really hard.
Is this on? Is this speaker on?
The speaker?
Yeah. Because I don't see a light on it. I just don't know if it's on.
Yeah. It is on now. Wow, that was real
Oh, that's
quiet. I think it's on the stereo itself.
Honestly, I love the buzzing.
No, it's fine.
You see it? You see it on yourself?
I can't see
One's still a bad name. I want to. No, I'm not doing it. No. I'm so sorry that I have good taste. I'm not going to If I wanted my cat to get bullied by all the other kids.
Where's the audio coming out?
How did you get the audio out?
I'm moving.
Elected
Oh,
official.
God, it's back.
You know, in some states that'll probably get on here.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy things like they it's a teacher. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, that's wild.
Like they all just sat there half of them. Well, they're all filming it. So there's tons of tapes there. So you can't.
I mean, that's how they do it. That's a real problem.
This is the real. They felt the board in that.
Everybody going here?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah. 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 Yes, we did. Yeah. No, it was great. It's different cable. No, the other end is the cable is the
Oh, yeah, I did.
I think he said something like,
Yeah.
The mic and it's live.
At least we only work on what he said.
I know what it is.
What is it?
Yeah. There's one.
Oh my God, he went.
Turn it on.
Yeah, my favorite thing we did this year were the
did this year?
Probably Waterways. Just because I feel like it's within the limits kind of draws together the most. Yeah, my favorite thing that we did this year were the self-evaluation. My favorite thing that we did this year was going to Lopez in the morning and hearing the stat joke of the day.
Because we kind of just got to mesh a bunch of ideas together and it was really fun.
My favorite thing about this year were Mr. Lopez's dad jokes. Thanks, Mr. Lopez.
I really like doing the documentary. I did it with my boy Lucas over here. Say what's up, Lucas.
I'm most excited next year to be here.
The computer froze. That's the computer.
But my favorite thing is that I did this year.
Probably Waterways. Just because I feel like it's within the thing that's kind of draws together the most. Yeah, my favorite thing that we did this year were the self-evaluation journals. My favorite thing that we did this year was going to Lopez in the morning and hearing the stat joke of the day.
Because we kind of just got to mesh a bunch of ideas together and it was really fun.
My favorite thing about this year were Mr. Lopez's dad jokes. Thanks, Mr. Lopez.
I really like doing the documentary. I did it with my boy Lucas over here. Say what's up, Lucas.
I am most excited next year to be in an in-person environment. Capstone. Oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to
Oh my God. Yeah, it's freezing at the same place. It's not going at all.
Mr. Barton, earlier in the year, I pointed out that you shared
and then they also
to the teacher from the grades. Now, here's your time to answer that question. Are you guys disappointed? I don't know who that is or what that is. The reason is you got a catchphrase. You don't. You remember the commercials. Wrong. Good time. Stop.
a lot of controversy surrounding the new grading system, OBIS. We'd like to know about your thought process behind it.
I blame school internet.
Oh, I thought this was just part of the video.
Really made a name for yourself this year on your notorious have you ever considered
So happy.
I do. Do we need a first fan?
We have one. It's obviously not fast enough. Like a phone hotspot.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I have full bars.
Then do yours. That's fine. Jimmy, touch the computer. Maybe it'll work. Jimmy, touch the computer. Maybe it'll work.
Career comedy. I don't know. Have you ever committed tax evasion? Yes. He's a decade younger than me. He's more heavily built than I am, and he doesn't have a birth condition. People don't realize he's crazy strong.
Minutes versus Gersh in a fight? That joke. This is an easy question. Gersh 100%, definitely.
But Lopez would win. Lopez would rock your sugar honey iced tea.
In a fight between Mr. Lopez and Mr. Gersh, Mr. Lopez would win because Mr. Gersh has heart disease, and that's what he's done. He
I'm so sorry, Mr. I feel like Lopez would just floor
Mr. Gussack.
Physical hand-to-hand combat, I gotta go with Mr. Lopez.
Obviously, Lopez would win because English teachers tend to be scary and mean.
I gotta go with Gersh. I love seeing him when he gets mad and
It's so pretty. I'm gonna have to go with Lopez, but I think Gersh could definitely do some damage. I feel like there's just a Mike Tyson waiting to come out of him. Mr. Lopez would win in a fight because he just has more like might to him. Like he could just like, I think he could just like get Mr. Gersh.
I think I could take him. I think I could take him.
So, right after the spring.
Okay, so juniors. Juniors, we love you, Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez and I would never fight.
I don't think it's on.
Is it not on? Can you hear it? Yeah. Okay, good. No, we never fight. He's my work husband. It's not on.
It's not on.
It's not. You can't hear me. Okay, that was working. Now it's not working. That's right. Oh, I know what.
Yeah, John Mazer.
Better. Okay. I would never fight with Mr. Lopez. At least not in public. Anyway, juniors, come on up and get your scars.
Line up.
Come on.
I'll see you guys later.
There's a chair there. Doesn't matter.
Henry looks like he's about to have his bar mitzvah.
Oh my god, I kind of wish he didn't do it.
Hold on. Oh, yes, we do. That's right.
Hi, Mom! Hi, Riley! Hi, Isabel! Who else wants one? I'll take one. It was me. Hi, Kyla!
All right, a round of applause for our juniors. Thank you, juniors. You may take your seats. Another song?
Yeah, for that.
Yes, we will give you another song.
Now.
Since I can have one on each.
Do they also have a promo? Do they also have a promo, the seniors?
Oh, yes. But we're gonna.
How are you? Can you hear me?
All
right.
Oh, actually, you know what? We're gonna wait for the senior promo first.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
See you later.
Okay, Ben, you have it up here? Okay, that's it? What do you mean, no? Okay, let's turn off the lights. But you're telling me not to show it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and I'm the director. My job kind of ranges on a lot of different things. I really work with members of each department to make sure that everybody's working towards a unified vision for the film. I look over the script and I really read it in depth, and I make sure that I have like my point of view on how I want to tell the story, and really make a vision for the film that's cohesive, and make sure that every element that ends up on the screen is working towards that.
My name is Ben Rosenthal, and I'm the producer on Come Home to Us. So as producer, I'm responsible for making sure that the film gets completed. I look forward to working with all departments. I would say that's probably my favorite part of the job, just being able to talk with everyone in our class, kind of pick their brains and see what they're doing. I guess one thing I also look forward to is just being on set with everybody. With the year we had, it was definitely really nice to just kind of be in an environment with all your friends that you've made these past 4 years, and just to watch everybody's hard work pay off. I think it's definitely something I look forward to, and probably the most satisfying part of the job.
My name is Dakota Booker, and I was the assistant director for Come Home to Us. My position was basically scheduling and running the actual production process. I was really looking forward to actually being on set and calling cues and doing all that stuff. It was a lot of fun to yell at people and tell them to get their work done on time. So my position as the associate producer was mainly to help out Ben, our producer, in any way that he needs. My role was kind of just to follow him along with the pre-production, production, and post. So I was there if he had to step out to deal with something else. I was there to step in a different area. So I was really looking forward to the actual production of it all, seeing all the hard work that we've done during pre-production. Very excited to see the outcome of the post-production.
So as the production manager, I was working hand in hand with the producers a lot to make sure that set was running smoothly and to make sure that the actors knew what they were doing and where they needed to be. Also, just to make sure that everybody was being quiet and socially distancing on set, and they all did that, so I guess I did my job.
My name is Kellen Smith, and my role was line producer. I ran the budget of the film and approved the decline purchases that were necessary for production. And for this job, I really liked how I kind of had a hand in every aspect of production.
I'm Isabel, and my role when Come Home to Us was art director. It was super fun creating every single room, but especially the secret lab was my favorite part, and it was super cool seeing the beginning of how the room looked before and then after, and how it totally changed. And I'm really happy how it turned out.
My name is Karen. I got to look over the whole art department, and I got to show my creative side throughout this film, which I really enjoyed. And I enjoy creating the sets with the set designer.
So my name is Sonia Levin, and I am the script writer, the set designer, and the music supervisor on Come Home to Us. I got lucky to have a role in basically every stage of production and have a say. And to be honest, that was super exciting to me because I literally saw the movie, the picture grow from like the basic script to everything that we have now and will be showing soon.
My name is Jaden Schneiderman, and my roles on Come Home to Us, I was one of the screenwriters. I work continuity, and as of now for post-production, I am creating sound effects. One of the things I really look forward to that was my first time in a while being on a filming set. So it was really refreshing to see, filming in action. And, I think when you're there on set, there's a way more intensified sense of pride, knowing that you're a part of something larger than yourself.
I am Cole Russo, and I am the cinematographer on Come Home to Us. I think that having cinematography in this story be on its A game was definitely one of our challenges that we had to face, especially with COVID, where we can't have two people in the same room. We actually had to split shots down the middle in order to have it look like there's two people in the same shots, even when there weren't.
My name is Jonah Retton, and I was the camera operator. So my job was filming the entire Capstone. So I was the one holding the camera, working together with Cole, our DP, and I was really looking forward to just filming and being a part of the Capstone because it's something we've been working towards for 4 years now. So it was a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Dylan Lee. My role is casting director, script supervisor, and prop designer. So I look, research, and try to cast the film. And as script supervisor, I basically am there helping and communicating with the actors in case they need any refreshers on lines, they make any slight little thing, I kind of take note of it, and I basically tell them that, so each take is the best one. And in terms of prop designer, I help design and build some of the more, complex props.
My name's Charlie Log, and I was the casting director and hair and makeup. I really look forward to seeing everyone that auditioned and then getting to talk to them one-on-one and really see what they were all about and then deciding from there. And then hair and makeup, I was really excited to just be able to talk to the actors and like get to do their touch-ups and just interact with them.
My name is Jaden, and I am prop master and trailer producer. I was the one who was in charge of planning of what the actors touch, so prop is whatever actor touches, and I was able to help design the machine, which was the biggest part of the movie. It was the heart of the movie, Jimmy says, and it was really fun to see it come to life.
My name is Logan Brady, and I was in charge of location scout and costumes. I was looking forward to like seeing the aesthetic of the film. And then with costumes, I worked alongside Autumn Mardell, and we went thrifting and found a bunch of outfits that we thought would fit the characters best.
I'm Dylan Nichols. I was the location scout for pre-production, gaffer for production, and then post-production on the trailer editor. Basically, Logan and I went and we looked at locations that would match the script and try to get permission for certain places, like parks, like public places. Ended up using a lot of stuff within school. That was really fun, actually. I kind of liked like going location. Gaffing was pretty fun too. We just kind of set up like the wiring and stuff on set, laid down tracks, made sure no one was going to like trip over stuff mostly, help move stuff around, just like kind of grunt work, I guess. But it was pretty fun, honestly.
Hi, I'm Autumn Mardell, and my role is wardrobe and social media. Okay, so with wardrobe, I was really excited that I got that job because I feel like I'm very confident and I have an eye in like different styles. And what I did with Come Home to Us is I read the script over and I kind of felt each character's emotions throughout the scenes and kind of put those emotions into colors, patterns, shapewear onto the characters. I know how to use Facebook, and I'm really happy that me and Kyla kind of chose a theme for the Facebook and Instagram because I feel like that attracts a lot of people instead of just having a bunch of random posts. So yeah.
I'm Kyla Bothwell, and my roles are catering and publicity and marketing. Catering, I basically provide food for everyone on set, and publicity and marketing, I control the Instagram, and I basically post like what's going on in the trailers. I post like behind the scenes for people to see so they can get more excited for the film when it comes out.
My name is Kevin Tabiani, and I've worked on being the storyboard artist, the credits for the ending of the Capstone, as well as a gaffer. Storyboard artist is a bit obvious. I sort of helped envision how everything would look. Some of the scenes, their intros and how they would exit. Also, a bit of an idea over how some of the characters would look.
My name is Ron Friedman, and I was a storyboarder. I was really excited to find out how to do storyboarding because that was my top choice for what I wanted to do. So I was very happy when I found out I was doing it.
Hello, my name is Tyler Tierney, and on Come Home to Us, I am part of the fundraising department as well as digital technician and post-production supervisor. Overall, the number one thing that I was looking forward to when I got these positions was just generally working with other people. I'm a very extroverted and friendly person. I enjoy talking with a lot of people, so especially with post-production supervisor where I'm able to talk with the entirety of post-production and not just my particular section. That was great for me. I really enjoyed that.
Hi, my name is Ethan Rosenthal. I'm the editor, visual effects editor, and grip on our senior film. For editor, I'm the one who puts the entire film together. I was given all the footage of the film, and it's my job to kind of make it a flowing piece and a flowing story.
My name is Ari Turbiner. I'm a sound editor, boom up, and fundraiser. Great. I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing completed. I'm looking forward to see this come to a close. As sad as it may be, I think that this will really show us how much we've put in all 4 years of AME, and I think that that's pretty important.
So my name is Liam Harrington, and I'm colorist, and I was the co-picker.
So for coloring, I really was looking forward to getting to have to really impact every single frame of the movie. That was really interesting to me, to impact the look and the feel in such a direct and meaningful way.
I'm Danny Scanlon, and I'm a composer and audio recordist on Come Home to Us. Throughout the entire years of the program, everyone sort of knew me as the music guy anyway, so it was sort of just a shoo-in. Yeah, Danny's going to be the composer. And so when I actually found out that it was official, though, I was sort of stressed out because I'm like, okay, I got to make something pretty important to the film. It's a lot of pressure, but I thrive off pressure, and I like to think I live up to it.
My name is Matt Myerson. I'm the behind-the-scenes photographer and the AME intro editor. The entire time we were on set, which was about a week, I was just taking photos and videos of everything I could, just documenting it all, so we had not only footage for the BTS, but just so we could remember this experience and have it, have it on film. But I mean, this is like the culmination of those 3 to 4 years for all of us, and it's just really cool that we get to use all our experiences and knowledge that we've gathered to just put it into this final film.
What does it mean to you for this to be your final film at AME?
I think for this to be the final film, it just really means that we've done what we've been looking forward to since freshman year.
Just to be able to look at this final film and say that, we made that, I think it's insane.
It's really sad. It means everything, honestly.
It's honestly crazy.
A bit weird that it's
So close. No. So close. You want to get closer?
Yeah.
Really sad. It means everything.
It's honestly crazy.
a bit weird that it's
Really excited that throughout 4 years of AME that it's come up to this point.
Great working with everyone for the past 4 years. Genuinely can't, it's hard to believe sometimes.
All those years of working and preparing were worth it.
I think it's kind of bittersweet.
sad to end it all soon, and everybody goes their separate ways.
I'm ending off doing some jobs that I really enjoy doing with some of the people that I really enjoy working with.
I don't think it's hit me yet because I've been in AME since freshman year.
As Zack Snyder says, the final film is always the best. So
I love this class so much, and I know a lot of the people in this class are going to go on to big and better things.
I think it was a good final film. I'm totally content with how it left off.
It's going to be a little different from when I leave AME. Basically,
It's sort of both a sense of relief and a sense of accomplishment.
It's a bit of a mixed bag of emotions.
It means encompassing what AME is.
We got to do such a cool project for our last one, and such a big film that I think all of us are going to be very proud of to see that built up.
To me, this means a lot.
I'm really excited to to have something that's really good.
So this is sort of just the best possible way it could have ended.
It takes a village. So it took all of us to make this and get it done.
Are you sure?
Did it not go on?
It's not turning on.
Press down.
Yeah, but wait. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this still working? Yeah. Okay. All right. Long night. Sorry? As I mentioned previously, each of our classes this year have produced stellar work that would have impressed in a normal year, and yet this year has been anything but. And in this abnormal year, one class has continued to demonstrate a benchmark-setting level of excellence, collaborative team spirit, and work ethic. Having completed their documentary projects in the teeth of the initial and total COVID lockdown last year, they returned to rise above the restrictions to deliver stellar PSAs for the Calabasas community, and then to embark on one of the most ambitious capstone projects we've seen. They turned the studio, a grand word for the M3 classroom space, into a mad scientist lab, completed complex shots with two actors who were never in the same room together, and knit the whole thing together seamlessly into a film that represents a towering accomplishment for a full-time adult undertaking, let alone a high school production. They did all of this with good humor, patience, and mutual support that is unprecedented in the history of this program. They are all award-worthy, and as such, they will all be receiving awards. Because of that, we will be combining their award recognition with their general recognition as graduating seniors, and in alphabetic order. Did you guys actually put that down? No, we're not doing alphabetical order.
We're mixing it up.
We're mixing it up. So it's going to be a surprise. Otherwise, we'd be here the entire night, large class. And so, who's starting then?
Mr. Godburn's going to do his.
Oh, right. Okay, we're going to start off with Mr. Godburn's English Awards.
Hi again, everybody. All right, it's been a long and bumpy ride, but we're in the home stretch, aren't we? You guys feeling okay? Yeah? You can stretch out a little bit? There was a 30-year stretch of movies where if you could point to any movie that you liked, odds are it was written by William Goldman. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, All the President's Men, Misery, if you've seen that one. Mr. Lopez's personal favorite, The Princess Bride.
Inconceivable!
All William Goldman. Countless others.
Yeah.
William Goldman had his hands on. And that's why we call our writing award in the English class the William Goldman Award. He was, out of all those screenplays, he was incredibly famous for, but he was also famous for saying one thing. He said when it came to Hollywood, nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. And what that meant for the writer was you just got to tell your story. And the two winners of the William Goldman Award for this year are notable for their commitment to their story and story structure and deciding on what they wanted to tell. And one of those winners was the writer of the screenplay for Come Home to Us. Ladies and gentlemen, the William Goldman Awards this year go to Jimmy Berman and Dakota Booker.
All right. Thank you.
Hi, Mom.
Generally, what we've seen is that a production is only as good as the temperament of its leaders. And in that, part of what made Come Home to Us so special was the steady and kind leadership through, and I'm going to use the word, an inconceivable year for AME. It was behind the two producers, that that this group really rose to the challenge and rose to overcome so many of the difficulties that were just associated with shooting in a pandemic. And for that, this year we had the Big Picture Award for leadership of the AME class, both within the English classes and out. And that award goes to Ben Rosenthal and Lindsay Mandel.
I know this.
Thank you.
And finally, for the English class, we'd be remiss if we didn't single out an award for just good critical insight, the ability and the passion for talking about a text in such a way that let us know that you've really processed it, thought about it, had feelings about it. And we created an award this year called the Roger Ebert Award. It's the Critics Award for the ability to think and speak critically about a text. And I'm so impressed with this person's ability to study a text and decide what it, and be that a movie or a book or a poem, and decide what the creator was trying to do, and then discussing it, evaluating it on those terms with some truly insightful commentary. I always enjoyed having conversations during and after class with this student. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to J.D. Schneiderman. And with that, I think we begin the senior speeches.
We're gonna have everybody come up. We're gonna have Mark come up.
Yes, if our senior class could please join us up here at the front.
Oh, sure.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, yeah, this is. So what we'd like to do is we'd first like to hand out the award for this year, and then we'd like to say a little thing about the individual student. We'll start off tonight. A producer's job is all-encompassing in the best of times. It's overwhelmingly complex and interconnected in a pandemic world. Our producer had to deal with an ever-evolving set of circumstances and COVID-related restrictions on top of the normally crazy pressures of the Capstone. He did all of it with grace and good humor, working hard to ensure that everyone was empowered to do the best work possible and enjoy the experience. For excellence in producing, Ben Rosenthal.
Nice, Ben.
From his first day as a freshman, Ben was just on top of things. His calm demeanor, his ability to problem solve, made him a leader in and out of the classroom. There you go.
Oh, no. Oh my God. I was joking.
In addition to producing, he's incredibly skilled as a writer and as an editor. He's also one of the nicest people I've ever met. It's been a pleasure. So we have these medals that we give out. Here, come over and show that off. And we give it out every year for AME that they can wear at graduation. And this year it says AME graduate and their names on the back. All right. Props and acting are intimately connected, so it's possibly Providence that led our prop designer to be one of our casting directors. He helped find our superbly talented cast and provided them with an exciting cloning machine to interact with. For excellence in prop design and casting, Dylan Lee.
searching for it. Hold on, guys. That's gonna be me. That's always gonna be me.
So, this voice, as a freshman, I remember thinking this kid must be a performer, and he was. He's been a main stage, both on the stage and in AME projects. And like many actors, his stage work usually came before his schoolwork. But he was always great in class discussions and group work, and he was a pleasure to have in class. Thanks. Here we go. All right. So herding cats is nothing when compared to managing a team of creatives without the benefit of face-to-face time in the midst of a pandemic. Our art directors did just that and managed to pull off a creatively coherent look to the entire film and get the best work out of their talented crew. Their attention to detail, journals, anyone, and their perseverance helped overcome all obstacles placed in their way to make this film the finished product that it was. For excellence in art direction, Isabel and Trin.
Best art director. Oh.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't think I've ever had a student tell me that she was going to grow a pair. But Isabel did just that. It was awesome. She had some difficulty early on taking a little bit of criticism, but one day she decided she needed to get tougher. So she came in and she said, Mr. Lopez, I'm going to grow a pair. And you know what? She did. And it's really something to say something, because everyone can talk about things, but rarely people do they follow through. Well, Isabel, you become a force to be reckoned with.
All right, hi. I missed this group this year. All right, Trinity. Watching your skills evolve and your ability to speak up about ideas that you were passionate about was one of the major victories we had last year. My hope for you is that that spark that we saw at the end of last year continues to develop, and that you keep sharing that, because we all gain when you're a leader.
All right. Production is essential to the success of a film project, and pre-visualization is essential to the success of pre-production. Storyboards allow the team to see how much space is needed for a scene and location, what lenses and angles and lighting are required, and more. Our storyboard artists worked hard to render the creative team's vision into drawings that allow them to refine their vision and guide production once on set. And let's not forget to give credit where credit is due. He also did our film's credits. For excellence in storyboard and credits, Kayvon Tobian. Kayvon is an extremely thoughtful young man, so much that I often mistook it for him avoiding his work. But he really liked to ruminate over ideas, and he brought a unique perspective to all of our discussions.
The not doing work part is my brother. Don't get us mistaken.
I said I mistook it for that. We start with the screenplay, we end with post-production, and one of the last elements there is the sound. While we started with a very strong script, we still had a writing team to make the final changes and tighten it up into the shooting script that we ended up with. Jaden Schneiderman was a part of that hardworking team and finished up his capstone contribution at the end with all of the wonderful sound effects you heard. For excellence in screenwriting and sound effects, Jaden Schneiderman. I've actually known Jaden his entire life. Our kids met in Gymboree or something like that when they were 8 months old. And honestly, it's been a thrill to watch him mature into a talented young writer with a unique voice. It's been a long journey, and he worked very hard at it the entire way. I can't wait to see what the future holds.
You need help?
Yeah, that's good. Budgets and money are the lifeblood of a film project. Our line producer wrestled our budgets into shape and made sure we stayed within our means. For excellence in line producing, Kellen Northwood. So I don't know if you know this or not, but your mother and I emailed all the time worried about you in earlier grades.
Oh no?
We did. You didn't seem overly concerned with due dates, but there was so much talent there and creativity. You didn't. And when you got onto a project, you really stuck with it and you produced incredible results. And I'm glad you stuck with us in AME, and I'm glad you kept working at it because I can't wait to see what you can do in the future. A film is only complete when it finds its public. Our PR and marketing guru made sure we were well represented on all social media for excellence in PR and marketing. Kyla and Otto.
Yeah.
She always has a smile on her face. She brightens every room she walks in. And while she definitely enjoyed the social part of class, she knew when to get down to business and be a valuable team member on any project she was on.
One of the friendliest, warmest, most open people I have ever in my life come across. You made the classroom a wonderful place to be, and you were always interested and engaged in a way that made it fun to teach with you. Thank you.
And finally, for Megan. Costuming helps the actor slip into the role. Our costumer worked diligently to translate the character on the page into the wardrobe they would wear. It's deceptively simple, but critically important. For excellence in costuming, Logan Brady. So Logan left us sophomore year, but she returned into the fold junior year, and we are the better for it. We were the beneficiaries of her great spirit and her creativity. She approached everything with the same positive attitude and worked hard on every project. My part tonight is done for that, but I just want to say one thing before I log out. First of all, what do you call two monkeys with an Amazon account? Prime mates. Thank you. I'll be here all night. I think I say a version of this every year, but it's true every year. I worked with these students for 3 years, and to watch them grow from freshmen to seniors and see what they can accomplish it's a blessing. It really is. And you as a class have been absolutely amazing from day one. I was always overjoyed to come to school and work with you. And I wish you all the best. You're amazing. Thank you.
I know you.
Hi. Some of you may not know me. My name is Ian Godwin. I'm your English teacher.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It's actually a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be because I'm realizing that this is the first time that I'm seeing the bulk of you in one spot at one time. And I'm getting a real sense of what I missed out on. And despite that, and despite the distance, I want to start by just telling you how overwhelmed I am by all of you. You're one of the most impressive groups of people I've ever seen.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I can't wait to see what's next for each and every one of you. I've got some awards and some seniors to spotlight tonight, so bear with me while I do it. Schedules, schedule changes, more schedule changes, and on top of that, some schedules with some changes. The assistant director's work seems like a flat circle that will never end and touches on every possible part of pre-production and production. And it requires an infinite amount of patience to match the infinite amount of schedule changes. The assistant director needs patience for uncommunicative administration, needs patience for uncommunicative colleagues, needs some patience for uncommunicative teachers, needs some patience for just the hiccups that all happen on a production. But patience was the hallmark of our assistant director's top-notch work, and for excellence in assistant direction, let's give a round of applause to Dakota Booker. Yeah! So, if I could add something, you know, from the get-go, Dakota has been a model of maturity, steadiness, insight. I delighted in getting to know you, Dakota, and I just want to share this one moment because you did earn the Goldman Award when we were talking about your script and we were talking about where your script was going and the choices your character was making, and you had an answer for every single thing I asked about your characters. And then we got to the end of that script and I was like, ooh, I don't know. You remember the script, right? Yeah. I was like, I don't know. That might be a little dark. I don't know if you want to go there. Maybe you want to make it a little bit more ambiguous. Maybe you think you could change it to this. And she just sort of looked at me through the Zoom and just said, no, I don't think I will. And I said, okay then. And developed my deep appreciation for you, Dakota, from there. Thank you for the input in class. Thank you for the conversations. Thank you for recommending to me whether a certain video game might be good for my kids. I appreciate it, and we're gonna miss you. Associate producers have sort of an ill-defined job, right? You do a little bit of everything. Our associate producer worked to make sure nothing fell through the cracks and that everything ran as smoothly as possible. I saw this happen in my class. It was happening during production. And we were lucky to have a great team, but as a great team, we were so lucky to have her. For excellence in producing is Lindsay Mandel. And I just need to say this because I think that in the era that we're in, it's important to note and laud and applaud kindness. And I just want to say that I appreciate you for your poise and your passion for your work, but you have a deep kindness that permeates just about every single thing that you do and everything that you say to your colleagues in class, to your teachers, and I'm sure my colleagues here would echo that. And so I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being kind.
Can I block my voice?
Okay, let's take a second to talk about color, huh?
Yeah, that color.
Color is warmth, something that we're not really feeling out here. Color is cold. It brings hairs up on the back of your neck. It can make you feel good, can just make you feel uncomfortable. Our colorists matched the tones of the film to the director's vision and gave us the warmth of nostalgia, the cold of loneliness, and yelled a lot. Quietly, sometimes, at people to wear masks, to stay socially distanced, to be safe. So for excellence in color grading and COVID yelling, Mr. Liam Harrington. And I'm going to ask you to stay here for 1 second, because I'd be remiss if I didn't address this gentleman at the same time. Yeah, I think you should. And I'll let you in a little bit. Okay, so all the little props that our actors handle give them the feeling of inhabiting the real world. You'll talk to some actors and they say they don't really even feel their character until they get that prop in their hand. Our props master searched all over for just the right place to meet the needs of the production. And so for excellence as prop master, Mr. Jaden Bennington. And I'd like to say something about the two of you.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, these guys have been an absolute blast to get to know. Jaden for his good humor, and Liam because I can always rely on him for just the hottest of hot takes. Hot take Liam. I deeply appreciate the both of you for taking the time to actually come into my classroom, not because it was forced, but just the fact that I knew that you were so busy on your No Sequel podcast, the number 14 podcast in Poland. It's true. It's true. Sponsored by Manscaped, by the way.
That's right.
So I appreciate it. I had a blast in the room with you guys, getting to know you. Could we please have a round of applause for Poland's 14th favorite sons? Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, Poland. Come on.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
It wasn't on the one that I had.
I think it's under the light, but no. Oh no, it's right there. Wait, we have the wrong spot.
What was that?
We at the wrong spot.
No, that camera.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that one.
Oscar, we can't see you.
Oh. Yeah, that's fine.
Hi, Oscar.
There you go.
Hey, Mom.
All right, hey everybody. A little technical difficulty there, sorry about that. All right, so first up, Ty, come on up. All right, hey, nice to see you. All right, so some jobs require enormous attention to detail and focus. 2 of those went to one person who did each of them at the highest level. Without a solid DIT, chaos reigns in the editing room. Without solid post supervisor, chaos reigns in a post-production itself. For excellence in post-production supervision and DIT, congrats. And then I had something specific to say because they let me write some stuff too. So last year, you won our Most Improved Student Award in U.S. history, and it was a real privilege to watch you grow all last year and really improve your skills. You're one of the most creative and insightful students I've had in all my 13 years of teaching. And in thinking about what to say about you, I kept going back to your razor-sharp focus when you work on a task and your ability to be genuine and thoughtful in everything you do. Thanks.
Thank you. Open this up again. There, sorry. I lost the song. Sorry.
All right, and next up, Dylan Nichols, come on up.
How are you not
Hi, man.
freezing?
All right, so electrical and lighting are essential to both the picture and the safety on set. The trailer is essential to the marketing campaign. One man had them both firmly in grip. For excellence in gaffing and trailer editing, Phil and Nichols. And then, I still got the microphone, so I'm going to say something about last year. So you're among the funniest students I've ever had. Your delivery is always spot on, and I frequently had to hold back laughter pretty much in every interaction we had, especially when you were on a roll. Especially with all the heavy stuff that we studied, that was really appreciated. You were also great about making sure everyone was heard and was able to be part of the team, so thank you. All right. And Danny, come on out. All right. All right. So Danny, sound is the heartbeat of the film. The ears are sensitive to the tiniest pop or the slightest mistimed beat. Our recordist made sure that his production sound was fit to ride his composition, which set just the right mood. For excellence in film composition and sound recording, Danny. And then just to wrap this up, because it's just how I roll, I always knew I was in for a truth-telling session when I spoke with you. You just bring it in a natural, honest way. Last year, the one-on-one conversations that we had were among the highlights of my year. You're always willing to listen, but you also think for yourself. And I so appreciate that. And I hope that's something that you always hold on to.
Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, where am I? Okay. So, obviously, motion pictures are about the pictures. And the camera is essential to those pictures. And the operator of that camera is essential to the coherence of the film, the framing of those pictures, and the tension in that frame. And our camera operator worked long hours to understand all the equipment and make sure that they really had it under control and could realize their director's and DP's vision. For excellence in camera work, Jonah Redden. Jonah. I don't even know where to start. It's been 3 years with these young people, and I always get a little choked up at this point. Yeah, no, really. Pat. I need a pat. You've been a wonderful presence in my class, and it's just been an amazing experience to watch you grow over the last 3 years and stay essentially you all the time. You're one of the core crew of people who are constantly talking to me about film, constantly asking me what my favorite film is. That was partially meant for you, and trying to drag me into discussions of obscure films. And I loved every minute of it. Thank you for gracing my classroom and for never wavering in being yourself. So, 3 things that begin with an S: set design, screenwriting, and Sonia. The set design is another one of those things that allows us to create a completely new world, and a world in which the actors can find their characters and inhabit them fully. Well, they also have to obviously deliver the lines that were written in the screenplay. And while we had a phenomenal starting point with the script that we received, it was also really essential that we have a team of screenwriters, and we'll get to the other one as well, a team of screenwriters that tightened up those words, worked really hard on making sure that the story was coherent from start to finish, and could fit in a reasonable time frame, even though this was still by far, Jimmy, where are you? The longest capstone in history. Every minute well earned. So for excellence in set design and screenwriting, Sonia Levin. You got it? And on a personal note, I got very teary towards the end of last year when I thought we were going to lose you to New York and the catwalk. And I know you had every opportunity waiting for you, and you were feeling kind of fed up with high school. And I completely understood, you know, very mature from the start and ready for bigger things. But I'm so glad that you stuck around and spent that time with us. I think everybody here is as well.
Yeah.
And I think from our talks over the year that it's been an experience worth having for you as well. So I'm glad that you graced us with your presence for one more year. It's been a pleasure for me to have you here all the way through to the end. So there's someone whose hair on Zoom was very impressive. When her camera was on. When her camera was on, her flowing locks were constantly impressive. And so who better to be in charge of hair and makeup on our film and do a wonderful job with our actors as well. Come on, Joe. Did I lie? Hair and makeup, again, isn't just making hair shiny or making makeup so it doesn't reflect. It's finding, especially in such a subtle film as this one, just those notes that, again, allow the character to look into a mirror and see the character, allow the actor to look in a mirror and see the character. And you accomplish that. And so for excellence in hair and makeup, and one other thing. Another important thing for our film is our actors themselves. And as a part of our casting duo, you pick the people who would then later make up. So it gave you a head start on that as well. And as we all know, all of us who've seen the film and experienced the production, we had a phenomenal cast. So for excellence in hair and makeup and casting, Charlie. And from me to you, I want to say there were many times where I was intimidated by Charlie's phenomenal side-eye.
Oh, yeah.
If I said something a little bit off or confusing, I would get a look from Charlie that set me straight. And honestly, it often helped set the tone in the class. Because sometimes, you know, I would go off on a tangent or two, and it's necessary to have somebody there to let you know when you've gone too far. So I thank you for always being that person who would give me just the right look at the right time in my class. I think you did that for a lot of us. So thank you so much for gracing us with your love.
Yes, Charlie.
Okay. All right. We had an amazing producing team, and a part of that producing team is the production manager. And the production manager is the person who has to make sure, work with both the producers and the AD and the director to make sure that everything, when we actually get on the set, is running smoothly, right? Particularly working with the AD to do that. And losing all my notes here. And our production manager did that and more. Was a full partner in the producing team and was there for every meeting, communicated clearly with every partner and every team member. As a part of an incredibly collaborative group, she was an absolute standout. And so for excellence in production management, Allison. I think it's in the box. Oh, you had it? Okay, good. And yes. And personally, I want to say that the growth that I've seen over the 3 years that you've been in my class, the comfort and confidence that you've established with yourself is the thing that gives me the greatest joy. You've always been a hard-working student. You've always been concerned with doing well and doing the right thing. But you've transcended that relatively simple element and now have become a person who is more concerned with the content of the work and the quality of the work than just like the mark or the grade or the, having fulfilled some kind of requirement. And I see the joy that it's given you in doing a phenomenal job, especially on this capstone and in everything else you've done over the last year. So that gives me incredible pleasure, and I'm so glad that you've been with us for these 3 years. Okay. So, and note to our audience, you have to keep in mind that even though some of these people are receiving multiple awards, there are more things that most of them did on this production than they're being awarded for. Trying to keep it to the kind of main tasks. And so this person is no exception. They did quite a few things on the set and otherwise. But they also basically put this puzzle of a film together. And this was a difficult puzzle of a film to put together because it wasn't necessarily a particularly confusing screenplay. And what they wanted to accomplish was relatively straightforward. But because of our COVID restrictions and the way it was shot, editing this thing was very difficult. They had to put together scenes that that basically featured 2 actors who had to be in the same place and yet were not in the same place. That was made more difficult by the fact that this film was shot in a format I have dubbed Fat Raw, which made it very difficult for any of our normal computers to actually play it smoothly. So he had to actually judge his edits while working 1 frame at a time at times. So it was a remarkable accomplishment. And along with that, the visual effects of making those frames blend well. So for excellence in editing and visual effects, Ethan Rosenthal. Hello, Ethan. Congratulations. Ethan, over the years, I've had no student who has spent more time after class asking me questions about their work, delving into minutia of different kinds of technique or technologies or film itself. Almost every class, I would see you there waiting patiently, and then we'd have a short conversation, sometimes a longer conversation, and it was one of the great pleasures to see how completely committed you were to your craft, to always take not just every minute of your class time, but to take a minute or 2 beyond your class time to delve even deeper. So, thank you for that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, I think I've got just 2 more. All right. I mentioned to you already how difficult it was to edit this film, but shooting this film, if anything, made editing the film looked relatively easy, because to shoot this film and to figure out how to shoot this film was its own puzzle. And I spent countless hours with our director of photography trying to figure that out and trying to help him and enable him to do his job. But I never had to do his job for him. I never had to tell him the solution. We just had conversations about the problem, and he would come to most of those solutions by himself. And he even came to me with a list of technical fixes for some of those, which resulted in some additional purchases for the program. Luckily, we do have a budget. And they were necessary to be able to shoot this film at all during COVID. That meant, however, more work for our director of photographer and his trusty camera operator, because they had to then learn how to use this equipment. They couldn't rely on Mr. Birch to teach them how to use something that had just arrived in the room. So in they came in their free time and opened up boxes like joyous little tots on a Christmas morning, and took everything apart and figured out how to use it all, and then put it together and used it in the film to create these incredibly moving and professional images. So, for excellence in cinematography, Paul Russo. Similarly, the growth that I've seen in you over those 3 years, especially in your junior year and this year, just mind-boggling to behold. You were always interested, but you didn't necessarily have quite as strong a direction. And when you found your footing and you figured out what it was you wanted to go after, you pursued it relentlessly. And you delved into all things camera in particular and the art of cinematography, and you married that art and technology in ways that were a wonder to behold in a high school student, or even in a college student or a professional. And I'm so proud. So. Okay. Just want to make sure when I get here that I'm not missing anything. Okay. So, the director's job is an impossible one. You have got to shepherd a dream, a little dream, into a big reality. You have to take this, you can't even see the extent of this class, this massive class that extends off into the darkness. But you have to take a group of 28 people and guide them and empower them to help realize your vision. You have to keep that vision on track. You have to always be watching that, but you have to do that in a way that empowers others and really helps them be their best at their job and feel fulfilled in their work. If you don't do that, you don't get the best done. And I think this film is that testament to the phenomenal job that our director did. So for excellence in directing, Jimmy Berman. There you go. We spent a fair amount of time together, especially since you became my TA as well in my non-AME broadcast class this year. So we've had quite a few conversations in there. I've gotten to know you pretty well over the last few years. And you started off incredibly strong. You were already clearly a leader. But what always impressed me most was not only your willingness, but your joy in sharing your passions and your skills and your knowledge with others to help them be their best selves. Saw that on every project that you worked on. Everybody who worked on those projects with you did some of their best work and came away better for it. and you were never stinting with that time or energy or even the affection that you brought to it. It's an incredible human being that has such a passion to share with others that way. And that is what I want to thank you for. That's what I'm going to do right now. Yeah. So these were our Capstone Awards and our senior speeches, and a round of applause for all our seniors. We do normally have one more award at this time, which is our Academy Achievement Award. We'll get to that in a moment. But we also have an award that we often give out for the Capstone, and that's the Capstone Hero Award. And normally that's given to one, maybe two students in the class who went above and beyond and stood out to really make the capstone work. But look at this amazing crew here, right? Everybody stood out, everybody is a standout, and everybody worked amazingly hard, and everybody's a capstone hero. So we're doing something really unusual this year. Yes, we do have a capstone hero, and it's not a member of this crew. We had somebody who was helping out, assisting, who was there to observe and learn, but who was constantly available, asking what they could do next, how they could help, jumping in at every possible opportunity to add to this capstone, to be a part of this capstone, to help make it possible. So for the first time in AME history, our Capstone Hero Award goes to one of our assistants, one of our junior assistants, Oscar Sarkar.
You're giving me a hard time.
Congratulations.
You guys are all like amazing people. So thank you so much for letting me get to work with you guys. Honestly.
Okay, so we have a tradition since the second Academy Achievement Award that the winner of the prior year's Academy Achievement Award would come and visit us and bestow that award on the new winner. So we have an illustrious visitor here with us. Can you step up here? Last year's director, and last year's winner of the Academy Achievement Award, Jonah Mason.
Thank you. I have yet to see the capstone this year, but I'm so pumped. I know you guys killed it. Maybe quick, like on behalf of you guys and our last class, also just a huge shout out to our teachers, because I think we all know that none of this would be possible without them. But this award last year, I was lucky enough to direct our capstone last year, and I definitely know how hard directing can be. I think one of the biggest takeaways from directing is that creativity comes, the knowledge can be taught, but the team is always something that's very unique. And I've had the, it's been such a special thing that I've been able to work as much as I have been over COVID, and had such a great class last year of with our capstone and our AME class. So, and I know you guys as well, we're such a great team. And I guess my one piece of advice would be that to take it all in, and continue looking for the people that you love working with. Because I've been on plenty of sets where you hate everybody or you're up at 2 a.m. But it is the people that you work with and love and get to collaborate with that make it so special. So again, just take it all in. And I always used to say keep creating, but I'm now kind of making sure everyone just like put your heart and soul into every piece that you make and take it all in. So congrats again to all you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So, the Academy Achievement Award is given to the student who most consistently over the entirety of their AME career has operated at a high level and given back to the program through their involvement and their work with their peers. And as I just said previously, this young man, that is what marks him. He has given to others along the way at all stages. He has worked without selfishness, even though he has a very strong vision. He's managed to communicate that vision and argue for that vision and convince others to come along in that journey rather than pummeling them into submission. And that's a really strong ability. And our academy would not be where it is today, this academy class. And this film literally would not have come into being without this person. And so the Academy Achievement Award goes to Jimmy Burns. Okay, so stand there for a moment. So in addition to a little trophy that you get to keep, there's something that we get to keep so that people can remember your effort and what it means. And that is this plaque. This plaque has the names engraved, and we still have to put Jonas up there because COVID. It has the names engraved of every winner of the Academy Achievement Award from the first time it was handed out to a graduating senior. So you are the 10th winner. This is the 10th time this has been handed out, and this will hang in your former, at this point, teachers' classes for all of the, as an example to all of the students who are coming up, to remember what kind of effort it takes and what you can achieve if you put your mind to it in this class. So congratulations. I guess I have to wrap it up.
That's a wrap, folks.
That's a wrap, yeah. So is that what I should say?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a wrap, folks. That's all, folks. Again, this is always a really tough and emotional moment for all of your teachers. We both enjoy this, but it's also very bittersweet because we say goodbye to wonderful people every year. And as you can see up here, a lot of wonderful people going on to great things, bigger and better things. And we're very excited for you. And to those of you who will be standing up here next year and the year after, we're very excited to see you go through this journey. It's going to be an amazing journey that we go on together. And we can't wait to see the things that you create or that you guys create when you move on. So congratulations to everybody. It's been a wonderful year. Despite this pandemic, you guys made it wonderful. Thank you very much for that. A round of applause to everybody. And that's a wrap. Good night, everybody.